Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here exploring those ideas and strategies that, well, really make you think.
Mm-hmm. And today, we're jumping back into Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power.
That's right. Part 2 this time, laws 23 through 48. We're looking at power dynamics again. Basically, how people influence each other, how things work.
In careers, even personal life, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about understanding those undercurrents.
Exactly. Giving you, the listener, some insights, maybe some aha moments about these interactions.
And Greene's work, it's definitely provocative, but these laws, they often tap into some pretty fundamental human stuff, social strategies we see all the time.
Right. We're trying to get to the core of these ideas, see how they might apply.
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, Law 23. Concentrate your forces.
Ah, yes. The core idea here is intensity over spreading yourself thin. Focus.
Like putting all your energy into one basket rather than trying to juggle too many.
Precisely. Think about your resources, time, money, focus. If you concentrate them, you build momentum, you actually get somewhere.
Instead of just making tiny bits of progress everywhere.
Exactly. We all feel pulled in a million directions, right? But this law says sometimes focus is the real power move.
Like a business finding its niche and just dominating that.
It's a perfect example. That intensity can really pay off.
Okay, moving on. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Sounds a bit old-fashioned.
The name maybe, but the concept, very relevant in hierarchies, workplaces, organizations.
So what does it mean, playing the courtier?
Well, it's about navigating those power structures subtly. Things like never accidentally making your boss look bad.
Ooh, tricky one.
Definitely. And being agreeable, adaptable, showing loyalty, making those above you feel secure.
So it's less about direct confrontation, more indirect influence.
That's the heart of it. Mastering appearances, maybe a bit of flattery, reading the room. It's how you gain influence without setting off alarms.
Sounds like office politics 101 in a way.
It has echoes of that for sure. Okay, Law 25. Recreate yourself.
This one feels more personal, more empowering maybe.
I think so. It's about taking control of your own image, your persona. Don't let others define you.
You forge your own identity.
Exactly. Greene argues you can and should be intentional about it. Develop new skills, change how you present yourself, be fluid.
So you're not stuck in one box. You can adapt.
Right. Like someone completely reinventing their career path by consciously shaping their skills and how they're perceived. It's about agency.
I like that. Okay, Law 26. Keep your hands clean. This one. Yeah, this one often raises eyebrows. The core idea is about maintaining a positive image.
How so?
By essentially using others, maybe scapegoats or just delegates, for the necessary but unpleasant tasks.
So you stay associated with the good stuff, the successes.
Pretty much. You maintain an image of virtue, of competence, while distancing yourself from anything messy or controversial. There are obvious ethical questions, but it's a strategy focused purely on reputation. Gotcha. Let's move to Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Whoa!
Heavy title, right. But it taps into something deep. That human desire for meaning, for belonging, for something to believe in.
Okay, so how does one play on that?
Greene talks about creating rituals, maybe a sense of mystery, promising some kind of transformation. Think about what makes people feel part of something bigger.
It doesn't have to be an actual cult then?
No, not necessarily. The principles apply to charismatic leadership, building a strong brand community. Anywhere you inspire loyalty and dedication, it's about connecting emotionally, offering that sense of purpose.
Fascinating and a bit unsettling.
Yeah.
Okay, Law 28. Enter action with boldness.
This one feels more straightforward. Basically, hesitation looks weak.
Right, just go for it.
Well, decisively, yeah. Boldness commands attention. It can make you seem more capable, more powerful, even if you have doubts.
It disrupts that sort of timid approach.
Exactly. It has a psychological impact. Seizing an opportunity with conviction can often carry the day.
Makes sense. Then Law 29. Plan all the way to the end.
Ah, foresight. This is crucial. It's about not just starting something, but thinking through the entire process.
The end goal, potential problems.
Yes. Obstacles, contingencies, what success actually looks like. If you don't have that long view, Greene says, you're easily manipulated or you just run out of steam.
So it's strategic thinking, preventing surprises.
Or at least being prepared for them.
Right. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless.
The art of spreditura. It's that appearance of ease, of natural grace.
Like you just whipped it up, even if you spent hours practicing.
Exactly. People tend to admire perceived natural talent more than visible hard work. So the strategy is hide the sweat.
Let them think you're just brilliant.
It enhances your mystique, makes the achievement seem greater somehow. Think of that polished speaker who makes it look easy.
Interesting psychology there. Okay, Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal.
This is about subtle control. You're not forcing anyone, but you are structuring their choices.
How does that work?
By limiting the options available or framing them in a certain way so that whatever they choose, it benefits you.
That they still feel like they chose freely.
That's the trick. Preserve the illusion of autonomy. You control the environment, they make the choice.
Clever. Okay, Law 32. Play to people's fantasies.
This connects back to Law 27 a bit. People often prefer comforting illusions to harsh reality.
So you tap into their dreams, their desires.
Yes. Offer them visions of what they want. Success, romance, transformation. Greene argues these fantasies are often more seductive, more motivating than the plain truth.
Like marketing that sells a lifestyle, not just a product.
Exactly that. Appealing to aspirations.
Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Ouch. Sounds manipulative.
It can certainly be used that way. The thumbscrew is a metaphor for a person's key weakness or insecurity.
Everyone has one.
Greene argues yes. Could be fear, vanity, a secret desire. The strategy is observation. Watch people, probe gently, find that point of leverage.
And then use it.
For persuasion, influence, or potentially manipulation. It's about understanding hidden motivations.
Definitely walk on the dark side, potentially.
Yeah.
Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king. To be treated like one.
This is about projection. How you carry yourself influences how others see and treat you.
So act confident, even if you're not feeling it.
Essentially, yes. Exude dignity, self-worth, a sense of deserving respect. If you act small or insecure, people might treat you that way. Act like royalty.
And people might just respond accordingly. Project that aura.
Behavior shapes perception.
Law 35. Master the art of timing. Crucial in almost anything.
Absolutely. Timing isn't just incidental. It's a form of power itself.
Knowing when to make your move.
Exactly. When to act, when to wait, when to step back. It means reading the situation, seeing the trends, understanding the rhythm of events. Bad timing can ruin the best plan.
Good timing can make an okay plan succeed.
Precisely.
Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge.
Interesting take on dealing with frustration or rivals, isn't it?
Yeah, instead of getting angry or jealous.
You actively show indifference, disdain. The idea is acknowledging something you can't have or someone who irritates you gives it power over you.
So ignoring it takes that power away.
It suggests it's beneath your concern. Psychologically, that indifference can be more unnerving to an opponent than open hostility. It diminishes them.
Powerful idea. Okay, Law 37. Create compelling spectacles.
Visuals, drama. This law argues that what people see often impacts them more than what they hear.
Like a big public ceremony or dramatic presentation.
Exactly. Use symbols, grand gestures, impressive visuals. Spectacle captures attention, magnifies your presence, and can even distract from less impressive realities.
That's memorable. It creates an impression.
Definitely. Think large-scale branding events or political rallies.
Right. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others.
The blend-in strategy. This one advises caution about expressing truly unconventional thoughts too openly.
Why is that? Risk of alienating people.
Yeah, or being seen as weird or a troublemaker. The strategy is outward conformity, fit in. Don't make waves unnecessarily while keeping your true, perhaps radical thoughts private.
Until the time is right to act on them.
Or just to protect yourself. Rebellion is sometimes best kept hidden until it has a chance of success.
Strategic camouflage.
Yeah.
Okay. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish.
This one is about using emotion, specifically anger or confusion, to your advantage.
Why? By making others angry.
Potentially. When people are emotional, they often act irrationally. They might reveal things, make mistakes.
So you stay calm, provoke a reaction, and then observe.
That's the idea. You remain detached while others get flustered, potentially giving you an edge or revealing their hand. It's a risky tactic, though.
Could easily backfire. Law 40. Despise the free lunch.
Be wary of gifts or anything offered for free.
Because there's always a catch.
Often, yes. Hidden obligations, expectations, or sometimes the free thing just isn't valuable. Paying your own way maintains independence.
So value what you earn and be suspicious of handouts.
Pretty much, though the flip side is strategic generosity giving thoughtfully can build influence, but that's different from just accepting freebies.
Got it. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes.
The challenge of following a legend, it's tough.
Because you'll always be compared.
Exactly, unfavorably, often. And you might face resentment. The advice here is don't try to be the next them. Forge your own path.
Create your own identity, your own legacy. Don't live in their shadow.
Right. Distance yourself, innovate, be original.
Smart advice for new leaders. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter.
This one's pretty direct and maybe a bit ruthless. It's about understanding group dynamics.
I'm trying to get the leader.
Or the key influencer, the one holding the group together. Neutralize that central figure, and the group's resistance or cohesion often collapses.
The sheep get confused without their shepherd.
That's the metaphor, yeah. Isolate or remove the source of influence or dissent.
Okay, Law 43 shifts gears. Work on the hearts and minds of others. More positive.
Definitely seems that way. It champions persuasion over coercion. Winning people over is more sustainable than forcing them.
So connect with people emotionally.
Yes. Use empathy, understand their values, build rapport, use charm. Seduce them to your side rather than demanding compliance. This builds genuine loyalty.
A much longer game, perhaps, but stronger in the end.
Often.
Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. What's this?
Mimicry. The tactic is to mirror your opponent's actions, their words, their tone.
Why? What does that do?
It can be really unsettling. It can make them feel understood, initially disarming them, but it can also feel like mockery, infuriating them and making them lose composure.
Like holding up a mirror to their own behavior.
Exactly. It's a psychological tool, can be used defensively, offensively, or to teach someone a lesson. Very subtle.
Intriguing. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once.
People fear drastic change, right?
Yeah.
It's unsettling.
So you advocate for change, but implement it slowly.
Yes, incrementally. Frame reforms as improvements on tradition, not radical breaks. Pay lip service to the old ways while gradually introducing the new.
Makes the change less scary, more acceptable.
That's the goal. Manage the pace to avoid backlash.
Smart. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. This feels related to Law 30, but different.
It does. While Law 30 is about making things look easy, this one is about avoiding envy. Appearing too perfect, too flawless can make people resent you.
So it's okay to show some flaws.
Greene suggests, yes, admit to small defects, use self-deprecating humor. It makes you seem more human, more relatable, less threatening.
Approachable imperfection. I like that.
Reduces envy.
Okay, almost there. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop.
Crucial wisdom. Success can be blinding. You win and you want more.
But pushing too far can backfire.
Massively. You might create new enemies, stretch yourself too thin, provoke a counterattack. Arrogance in victory is dangerous.
So know your goal, achieve it, and then consolidate. Don't get greedy.
Exactly. Master restraint. Know when the victory is complete.
Wise words. And finally, Law 48. Assume formlessness.
The ultimate adaptability, like water.
Meaning,
don't be rigid, don't be predictable. Rigidity makes you a target. Formlessness means being fluid, adaptable, constantly changing to suit the circumstances.
so you can't be easily grasped or countered.
Right. It's presented as the highest form of strategic power. The ability to adapt and flow guarantees survival and advantage in a changing world.
Wow. That's quite a journey through those final laws. A lot to unpack there, from subtle influence to bold action to ultimate adaptability.
Definitely. It covers so much ground about human nature, social strategy, how influence works, or how Greene sees it working anyway.
And for you, the listener, maybe think about which of these resonate. Have you seen them play out? Do any feel particularly useful or maybe particularly dangerous?
Yeah, reflecting on them in your own context is key. It's not about blindly applying them, but understanding the dynamics they describe. That awareness itself is valuable.
It gives you a framework, perhaps, for navigating some complex situations, whether it's at work or elsewhere.
Absolutely. And understanding these laws, even if you choose not to use them, helps you recognize when others might be.
True. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the second half of the 48 Laws of Power. Lots to think about.
Indeed. And remember, exploring these ideas is about building your understanding, your toolkit for navigating the world.
Thanks for joining us. If you're looking for more insights or help with AI, business strategy, or publishing, do check out Ysh Estayo's book on Amazon or connect directly with Ysh Estayo.
And perhaps a final thought to leave you with. Power is complex. Understanding its mechanisms is one thing, but wielding it ethically, thoughtfully, well, that's the real challenge, isn't it?
Absolutely. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, keep diving.